Bam! Happy Tuesday, guys. Okay, so we are getting very near the end of the pullback. I want to remind you guys a couple of things. I want to show you this over here, right? Bitcoin dominance is rejecting at that important 60% level we've been speaking about. I do want to remind you that we are getting ready for a dominance collapse and losing this important 59%. We are then seeing a push down to the lower 50%. And what that means is if we go here to the Bitcoin dominance on the higher time frames, right, we are getting ready to go down to the areas of around the 50% of the alt season completion. Now, the important thing to understand here is your bigger altcoins move here, your bigger altcoins move here. And as we start getting down this bar over here, the rest of the altcoins start to wake up. The smaller altcoins, or the other alt bags we're waiting to pump, they have way less liquidity within the market. Therefore, they join the party a little bit later. Remember, I told you they are the rowdy ones, right? But I want to explain to you guys and make sure that we are prepared for the push. I am still seeing this as the game plan. Guys, we are 9% away from altcoins going to all-time highs. 9% away, right? We are one double-digit green day away from breaking all-time highs. I don't even think you understand the amount of FOMO that's going to enter, the amount of people that are come within crypto, right? We are that close, right? Remember, we're on the other side of the trend breakout, and we are in support, busy building a bull flag. So today, I have some good news, a couple great things in today's show. I obviously got the entries, and I have the bots. 𝗦𝗵𝗲𝗶𝗍 launched today on today's stream. I've opened 3 bots, right? I want to explain them to you. I want to explain how I think they are going to be absolutely incredible. And I want to explain to you that they are in buy zones right now. This is something that I'm creating to make me cash. I want a cash bag to be built. And what's amazing about these bots is you can pull the cash out as it's making profits, right? Which is incredible. And what this does is this fills me up the cash bag, and I'm only allowed to use that cash when we have double-digit red days, right? So this is a very powerful strategy that I have never done at Crypto Banter, and it's something that I think is going to be absolutely incredible. We have the WeX leverage session today as well. There's a lot of things to speak about in the show. Let's make sure we are ready. And again, we are 9% away from all-time highs on altcoins. Where's the time to buy? Before everyone arrives at the club, right? We are early. We are here. We're getting our seats. We're getting comfortable. We're ordering some shots already, right? We don't want to be entering the club and standing in the lines when everything is booming. We know we're at the right club. We know the market's about to pump. Let's get ready. No more wasting time. Let's go.
I try and help everyone in my space, and this is what I get. I try and fight the devils, but inside I'm just like 𝗦𝗵𝗲𝗍𝗶. Welcome to Sheldon Show.
That's fam, Brandon's channel, hit the subscribe button. Guys, okay, we have a few things to talk about. First thing is smash the likes up. I like to see that the bullish meter is starting to go up. We're on 57% bullish. Remember to not get trapped out. Remember to be bullish when the market is bearish. And remember to be bearish when the market is bullish. I want to see that bullish sign of yours go up when the markets are dropping into supports. This is the mentality shifts that we are making, right? We are the ones buying support. We are buying the pullbacks. We are building positions. We are working hard where no one is working hard. Therefore, we get the best results. We have seen throughout the last couple of weeks when we are fishing in these red zones, what this has turned into. Plus, the next thing that has been exciting was there was a couple of coins last week that were not strong that are strong this week, right? And I think that's the important thing to understand about pullbacks or slowdowns or any type of consolidation when it comes to the market, right? Is it's actually opening up a new chapter for a bunch of new altcoins to be released, right? Therefore, you can see I'm a massive Cardano bull right now, right? I'm a massive Solana bull right now. Solana's still incredibly behind at this point. And I've mentioned many coins that are really at this point of a huge short squeeze. Now, again, this short squeeze we are preparing for, right, is a big one, okay? And if you look at the total 3 as altcoins as a whole, right, you got to look at where the altcoins are standing right now, right? The first thing we got to look at is if I look at this chart here, this is all altcoins, but it's sitting right at all-time highs. Does that mean all altcoins are sitting at all-time highs? No, they're not, right? There's a reason for that. The reason for that is they come in different batches, right? They start to get released. They start to make their way down. Therefore, if we look at this chart right now, I just want to highlight a few things. I've spoken to you guys about the phases where we buy these things, right? The best thing you could ever load up is in phase A, right? Then you got phase B, which is approaching all-time highs, and the total 3 now is at the top of phase B, which means when we go into phase C, we start to go a little bit more into the hype emotions. Now, again, take this chart and put the emotions on here, right? Take the anger and depression sitting over here. Take the disbelief pump over here. Then you go into hope, right? Then you start going into the exciting, fast, accelerating emotions. And that's why you'll always see pumps will go slowly, and they will just really accelerate to the upside. And if you go back here and you obviously look at this time within the last cycle, right, you'd understand that that was phase A, that was phase B, that was phase C, and that was phase D, right? And remember, think of this as a club. Here we have 20 people in the club. Here we have 50 people to 80 people in the club, right? Here we have 180 people, and here we have 500 people, right? That's how fast people come into crypto. That's how quick things start to mark. So whenever you're asking yourself the question, if I want to buy this altcoin right now, ask yourselves how many people are in that altcoin club right now, right? Or is it at 500? Then you should be questioning, should I be aping and putting all my money into this coin? Or is there 20? Is there 50? Am I buying at the right regions over here? Now, the next thing that's also important is now let's look at total 3 here and let's look at the true opportunities, right? Let's understand where these opportunities are lying, because again, total 3 is supposed to be marking up all the altcoins, okay? But the first thing we look at here is we look at where are the altcoins, okay? So the first thing is Cardano's here. I don't know if you've noticed. This is all that's happened after that, right? Cardano's there, right? Solana's here, this area here. That's where Solana's sitting. And this over ETH is here, okay? Injective is here, okay? All of these coins here, Ondo is here, right? NIA is here. All of these bags we're talking about are here when it comes to total market cap. And that's because the money still has to get diversified. And as this dominance drops, the reason why the first part of this dominance drop here, okay, doesn't maybe affect all altcoins just yet, okay, is because the larger amounts of money goes into the big caps. ETH has a big market cap, needs a lot of money to get it to move, right? So we put money in over there first. Okay, Solana is the bigger one. All these big caps, XRP has become a huge player, right? That starts to build up very quickly. And then as we get down, you start to release the rest of the alts because they don't need anywhere as much money as what ETH did, right? 2% of money that flows into ETH to move at 2% will move another altcoin 100%, right? And that's the important thing that how this money gets diversified and why. Me personally, I do think that a lot of the rest of the altcoin market is starting to wake up. So the first thing to start this stream, let's look at the bots. There's a few things I want to speak about. So I have launched 3 bots, right? The platform is called Pionex. I've given you guys an opportunity to sign up. You still have an opportunity today. Now I want to explain to you what we are doing here. I am creating bots, right, to build me cash. Now this is not something where I'm going to open a bot on every damn altcoin, anything like that. No. When I see a very big range getting broken, an example of Cardano, right? And I look at Cardano here and I see how this thing has broken a very, very big high mid-time flag, right? And I see how we're smashing through this over here. And not only that, I see how this token has had its disbelief pump and is about to go into hope. And hope takes us anywhere to this opportunity of this $2, $2.40. I see a very powerful trade here. Now, again, what am I doing? I have taken trades, yes, but these trades all have reasons, right? They all have things that I'm either, I want to buy something, I want to get more long-term, I want these type of things, right? What I have not thought about enough this cycle, which I don't think many think about enough, is filling up cash as the market goes up, right? We kind of moving from coin to coin and we are building our cash, but we're using that cash to get back in the whole time. Okay, so what my idea here is I want to have something that is accumulating cash for me as the markets are starting to rally to the upside, right? And where these bots become very powerful is matching them with a TA person, someone that does actual analysis, right? Investing is really hard with bots and these type of things, but someone that sees ranges and sees that, okay, if I look at this over here, I could see this is the hot zone, this is the danger zone, and this is where all the money is going to be made. And I look at the risk to reward, okay, and I see, okay, we could go a little bit more, and I would like to buy. Remember what a bot does. A bot buys on the way down and sells on the way up, right? And it sells it in slight profit increments, right? So meaning that if a token is moving to the downside like this, it's buying, right? Then when the token moves to the upside, this buy that it had here, it sells it here. This one where it has here, it sells it here. It sells it here. It sells it here. So what it does is this is the profits that it takes on each move to the upside. Okay, and this does not short the market after that, because that's what we don't want. We don't want it to short and things like that. We just want to buy when we're pulling into hot zones, and we want to sell as we are rallying very strong to the upside. That's what it does. Okay, so again, I have chosen 3 tokens to launch on this, and this is purely for cash. Now, the next thing to say as well is here is the Pionex sign up, right? You click here below. You go here and you click on Pionex. It is right here. And below that, you could see that 𝗦𝗵𝗲 has created 3 bots, right? 3 bots that are sitting here, powerhouse bots sitting here at the bottom over here. The first thing, if you don't have an account, you can only get these bots with my account, right? So you click this over here and you go into it. Now, the next thing is it's over here and you'll see tons of bonuses, right? Look at your net deposits. This is your bonuses you get. You put 100, you get 100. You put 500, you get 300, right? And you have 3 days. Okay, after your first deposit, that will be counted. So if you put in every day, things like that, you get these bonuses. That's amazing, right? That's a bonus with that. And there's a whole bunch of things here, right? Then the next thing, okay, is you're going to see how easy this is. So here is my bots. Here is my bots. I have launched 3 bots, right? And they are going to be trading the bigger range move that we've been speaking about. So let's go back to the analysis now. And I just want to show you here. So when it looks at Cardano, I'm preparing for Cardano to make a very strong move, okay? From here, it has proven to me higher highs, breaking out a trend, breaking out a long-term trends as well, showing it one of the biggest strengths right now within the markets. And I'm looking at a push from here, okay, easily to the area of $2, right? What am I basically seeing? I'm seeing a token that is sitting in phase A, okay? That is one of the next ones to be unlocked, okay? And then seeing it rally into phase B. And that is all that I want for my bot to trade. I'm not thinking about $17, $25. No, right? I'm seeing a push from here to $2, which is huge, which is 100% move over here. Okay, these bots are calculated on a lower leverage, which means for me, I'm looking at around a couple 100% within this trade over here. Okay, but it's purely to build up the major cash. So Cardano is one of the first ones. The next one is Solana. Right, Sol for me is a token that is at the bottom of B range, or A range, B range, right? There's A, there's B, phase. Okay, we're in the bottom half over here. This is a token that I do expect over the next couple of weeks to break all-time highs. Okay, so here is another token that I'm seeing a push from here, easily to the 280, easily to the 320. I have actually marked the bot up to 260, right? This for me is more conservative. This ain't, we have leverage trades. Here's all our trades here, right? We're pumping in the leverage trades. I got many leverage trades that are popping over here. This is the goal here is not to trade. This is more conservative and to make sure that we catch the entire bigger waves and we make cash, right? That is the main thing for me. So here, if we look at Sol here, I'm looking at a push from here to the areas of 260, which is anywhere between that 40-50% range over here. So that is the second. And the third bot that I've chosen is Chainlink. Right, Chainlink is the next one for me that is getting ready to really push through. Let's just get a chart that has all the data. Okay, Binance, there we go. Okay, this is a token for me that is exiting phase A and going into phase B. Do you see that? Okay, boom. So what does that mean? It means I need to start looking at the higher ranges when it comes to Chainlink. The next thing is obviously looking at, is this thing breaking trends? And you could see here that it is about to break a big weekly trend. Okay, and what it also did was recently broke out this major trend that gave us the short squeeze. So here's another token that I'm getting prepared for a push from here to the areas around the $40 to the $50 mark, right? So these are the 3 bots that I have set up over here. Now, what the bots have also done is that they have given us opportunity that if Bitcoin wants to, let's say, go to the 112, right? We have left liquidity to buy more to the downside. So the bots have only entered 60% of capital in, okay? And if it goes more down, I have set that if it goes down to this $20 mark, it will continue to load up the rest of the money, right? If it doesn't, it will not spend that money. It will only sell into the major profits of the year, which is huge, which is exciting, right? Now, the important thing to understand about these bots, guys, is I'm not going to let them run for long. Well, I'm not going to allow the entries to run for long. right? These bots here, I'm looking to run for the next 2-3 months to get us to that major pop that we need. Then we'll bank our money. Okay, again, you can pull money out. You'll see your profits there. You can pull it out whenever you want, right? But the trade will stay within place. Now, the next thing that's important is as price gets higher, okay, and you want to copy the bot, for example, right? You're going to enter at a higher entry price than me. Okay, so what that means is I'm only going to call buys when we are in a range. When it is out of that range, you cannot enter the bot. The bots are gone, right? And I will not bring that bot back until I see there's a new entry or a new bot that I'm going to open. This ain't something that I'm here to play and just open 1,000. It doesn't work like that. So these bots itself, I'm seeing the entries this week, and you will not see these bots again next week. Right? These bots will be gone because, again, I want us to win and kill, and you don't want to enter higher, right? You want to enter in the ranges. So therefore, when I show you guys these ranges over here, right, and I show you like Cardano is in a range. Let's actually go to this chart over here. This chart, Cardano, right? There's the range. It is making a bull flag. It is outside a big trend. Very exciting for me, right? This is great, but this is only where we can open the bot. Here, too late. Right? It ain't worth it. Only here. So you can see the time limited, and you can see where the trend is sitting here. And that's why I'm saying the next 7 days is the only time I'm opening this over here. And again, it is also making sure that it is counted for the downside over here too. If it comes down, the bot will buy more. So when it comes to a user that wants to be part of the bot, because I got 2 big announcements here. The first one is, yes, you can copy the sniper bots directly. Right? Again, the only thing that changes is your entries, and that's why I'll only keep it for a limited amount. The moment I see we add entries, you won't see these links here. You won't be able to get them, right? The second thing is I got a school cohort in the next 2 weeks, right? And I'm going to teach you guys how to build your own bots too. If you want to build your own cash grab bots that run in the background with simple TA techniques, can be golden crosses, can be any of these type of things, okay? And I'll show you guys how to do it. Join the school is for free, and this will be for you guys in the next 2 weeks. I will be showing you how to do it. So the next thing now is if you go below over here and you click on the bot, right? There's the Cardano bot. Okay, here you could see it works out now what the percentage is already doing daily. This will fluctuate, right? Again, for me, I'm preparing for a 100% move within Cardano. These are 5x bots. So yes, this could turn into a couple strong 100%, right? This will change over here. But all you do is you click copy the bot. Okay, you put the amount and you activate the bot. Done. Right? You will then get your dashboard and you'll be able to see it like this. Okay, here's your bot. Here's the information. Here's the bots. So here we go. We got Chainlink. Okay, we have Cardano. Okay, we have Solana. I put $10,000, $10,000, $8,000. Reason being is because I do think there might be 1 or 2 opportunities in the next week or two. Okay, for maybe a Doge bot or something like that. So I'm keeping a little bit of cash. I've got 50K or 40K in this account. Okay, how much do I have left? Okay, I got around $13,000 left, but you could see that I've went in around 60%. And this for me, again, is cash, 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 right? When I see that we've hit TPs and we've hit these big zones, I will stop the bots, we'll bank all of our money, and we'll wait for another big opportunity again, right? So here are the 3 bots. You've been waiting for them. You've been asking for them. They are now here, right? Solana, Cardano, and Link. I'm only trading the best coins in the markets. I ain't chasing the bonks and all of these different types of things. There's enough money to be made. And again, I think the market is going to pop very strong. Guys, are we happy with that? 3 links below. So simple. In, thing, done. If you want to learn how to trade bots, go below in the description. Sign up for school, right? School, I will teach you how to build your own bots as well. If you want to do all of the other dirty coins and things like that. I know how people are with all different coins, and that's your job. But for me, I want to trade the best coins. I want to make legit money. I don't want to be a gambler, right? I want to be a trader. Okay, guys, amazing. We're happy. Cool. So again, you'll have your own dashboard and everything you can monitor and check for yourself. Okay, fantastic. Okay, let's go through the plays for today, guys. So Bitcoin is very near bounce zones. Here's the zones. The zones are here anywhere between this 112 and 115. The market is ready to bounce right now, guys. It is getting ready to bounce. Okay, we can see it here within Bitcoin. We can see it within the Bitcoin dominance. The dominance is starting to hit a nice little rooftop. Okay, and we can obviously see it when it comes to Total 3 as well. Total 3 is printing a very nice pattern. it is printing a descending wedge, which means that when people are maybe starting to doubt or think different about the markets, understand what pattern is being played out. A bullish pattern is there being played out, right? So the important thing here is to always do opposite what the market's doing, right? Always think differently, because the market's going to make you think a certain direction and then it's going to go completely another direction, right? And what you could see here is this is a descending wedge. It's also showing us that the trend break is anywhere in the next 2 days. Could be today, could be tomorrow, right? But it's telling us in the next 48 hours, okay, to 72 hours, let's call it 2 to 3 days, we are getting ready to go. And that's why, for me, I've given this limited amount of time for bots, because there's only a certain amount of entries you get. Then we kind of have to wait for a couple of weeks, wait for another opportunity, and then go. You got to realize that these entries don't stay for long, right? When the market starts to rally up now, entries are going to get scarce. The only thing you should be doing in the market's rallying is trading it. Trade, get in, make money, get out, good money. But when it comes to smart bags and long-term pushes and all these type of things, these times do get limited within the specific markets. So again, if you look at total 3 here, we are looking nice and strong. Now again, okay, I've left a little bit of room here at the bottom. And let's speak about a pullback on Bitcoin if it wants to drop a little bit to the bottom range, because there's 2 days to breakout, right? So that does mean market can still play around a little bit. So if it wants to, it can drop here and then get going. Can even go slightly a little bit lower and get going. But there's no more CME gap. We are starting to see a huge short squeeze wall sitting at 118, a big one, okay? Because those who turn bearish, there is a wall sitting over here, okay? And above this wall, we have a huge short squeeze. So remember, when this market is turning temporary bearish, you're getting a lot of people that are changing their minds, right? And a lot of people start shorting the market. Therefore, liquidity is starting to sit at the top side. And when this market's been pulling down, it's been wiping long liquidity, right? It's been wiping longs out of the market and leverage out of the market. But it doesn't mean that leverage is gone. It means that leverage is now sitting up there, right? So the longer that we're sitting here, what that means is it means that when we go to recovery, when we get through this zone and we start pushing up, and we get through here, there is going to be a very far short squeeze. Now, the way I see this playing out, okay, is I actually see altcoins being very, very strong to Bitcoin. The first thing that I'm seeing here is from here, when we push up to this area over here, I won't be surprised if the total 3 is right there by all-time highs, right? There's 9% for total 3 to get to all-time highs. And then when we get here, there's going to be maybe a little slowdown there. And this pop here is going to be the explosion of the total 3 breaking all-time highs, right? And that is when officially real altseason gets crazy, right? That's when things get wild, right? So again, there's a patch here, an opportunity, but when we start to move up, and again, we can see it so nicely with the Bitcoin dominance, right? Look at the Bitcoin dominance. I love that it's respecting this area here. We're getting there, it's getting rejected. Every time we're seeing green, dominance is dropping. Altcoins are bouncing. We're seeing strength, right, within the markets. And this is what I'm seeing in dominance. I'm seeing at any point now, we start trickling down. And where the real short squeeze happens that I spoke about is when we lose this area of this 59%. Guys, you are going to see a very fast drop. Okay, and that drop is going to bring an immense amount of strong push to the upside, which means that even when it comes to this opportunity of building up the side, okay, all of these alts here, the times are also getting quite limited when it comes to the high time frame entries, right? And that's why for me, I did buy a lot more Beam, and I did buy a lot more Nakamoto, and I did buy a lot more of Illuvium, and I did buy a bit more gaming. Again, I'm only buying 2%, 3% of my portfolio, right? But my bags are loaded. Right? When it comes to AI, you know, when Run jumped on the other day, we spoke about AI, and we're like, AI is so like Render and all these coins, like Fetch and these type of things, right? I'm loading up long-term bags here. They're crazy phase A areas, right? And when we pop through, they all going to wake up, right? And that's the exciting thing. So again, this Bitcoin dominance is showing me that not too far, not much more pullback, could be a little bit more. Again, this is why I buy spot 3, 4, 5%, sure. Play around in those ranges, okay? But nonetheless, we're getting ready to pop. Things like ETH. ETH is making a bull flag. I'm going to get rid of this. There we go. Look at ETH. Guys, that is a bull flag, right? A descending flag or channel. Okay, there's many different terminologies for it. Okay, so yes, it is trickling down. But when it trickles down like this, when the pump comes, it gets erased so quickly, right? ETH has now turned this 4,100, which was this nemesis for so long, okay, is now the supports. It's now the bottoms, right? It's now the areas now. That's strength, guys. We are now down to support. And again, this is another big pillar for us for obviously a Bitcoin dominance collapse, right? Is ETH. So ETH is approaching. There is still some liquidity sitting at 4,000. So can there be another 3, 4, 5%? Sure. But I'm saying in the next 48 hours, I don't think we're going to have these. I think the green starts, right? It could even start today. The market is getting ready, which gets me to another point. I actually want to have a look at a couple of RSIs quickly while we're here together. Okay, so 8 hours at the bottom, 12 hours at the bottom, daily. See, this is where it's telling me there can still be a day or two left. Guys, then 8 hour, 12 hour dailies at the bottom. Exactly. Time is starting to run low, and it's time to now make your bets, right? Okay. Again, let's go down the list here. Cardano. Bull flag. Back at support here. Yes, there's more support also sitting at 88 cents, right? So if the Bitcoin does want to pull a little bit low into that, yes, sure. Okay, but where Cardano's at, right outside of this trend, it's one of my top plays. Now, remember, I'm going to be a little bit of a crypto hoe, right? I'm going to love Cardano this week. And, when it pops, I ain't going to love you so much anymore, right? I'm here for the good ride, right? And that's just the mentality when it comes to I'm chasing a money target this bull market, right? And again, I have my love and I have my long-term and stuff like that. But for me, I realize I'm dating this bull market. I ain't marrying no one, right? Maybe Bitcoin. Maybe Bitcoin can go a long time, right? But not altcoins. Altcoins are moving on. Having a couple of days, moving on, have a great time, move on, right? Type of thing as well. So again, Cardano, I'm only going to love it so much. When it's more expensive, I ain't going to love it so much anymore, right? But this is a good entry, right? Good opportunity. Again, I spoke about obviously Solana, right? Sol is in a hot zone. I don't know if you noticed yesterday, but Sol hit 618. And 618 is a very strong pullback, guys. I want to show you guys that previously, when we had this rally over here, right, we also hit the 618. And I just want to show you guys here. Okay, and what 618 means is whatever we pumped, we pull back 60%. Do you see how we hit the 618? Perfect, right? And after that, we saw a rally, right? Now, the same thing's here. If we go zoom in on where we are right now, okay, and we go look at the last little rally that Solana had, we pushed up, we are at the 618, right? Good entry. We also know that this token's about to go into phase C, right? So it's going to go approach phase C, which is at all-time highs, which means at any point now it's going to hunt down into the $200, right? Again, I showed you guys a small tool yesterday, and I want to show you again. I don't know if you've noticed. If you go look on your exchanges now, I see volume going up. Okay, so even though I see the prices are slowing down, I see the daily volumes picking up on these tokens, which means that big wallet or big players buy when the markets are like this, right? And other people basically kind of get flushed out. And when they're getting flushed out, right, you're just getting an exchange of hands. That's all that you are doing, right? And that's where you start to see the strength. So as we keep going down these lists over here, obviously, again, I want to speak about Chainlink. Chainlink has a little bit of a bigger range. Okay, so you'll notice on the bot, we've made a bit of a bigger grid over here. Okay, but Chainlink's buys are anywhere here between this 22 and this 24. Right, Chainlink is on the verge of a weekly breakout. This is going to be a fun one. When we get through this, guys, which is the main 618, and I just want to show you guys here. Main 618, right? When we get to $30, we are pushing for all-time highs on Chainlink. So Chainlink, again, is another opportunity that I'm paying attention to. Remember leverage traders, Trade them when they make sense. Leverage, I'm talking about high leverage, these type of things, right? Spot trading, these are great ranges. We don't care about 5%, 3%, we don't care. We're going for the 100%. When it's leverage, right, wait for the token to show you a pattern like this. Now, when it pops, small stop loss, right? That's with leverage. So leverage, you don't have to fly in with leverage today. Wait for the market to pop. When it pops and it starts to move and makes flags, there's a lot of trades that are moving everywhere, right? You have an opportunity of getting entries to make money easily. And I think that's the important thing to get over the line here, right? So understand the differences. As we obviously start going through, again, Illuvium, guys, I want to show you guys this again. Where is my thing over here? I'm just paying attention to these golden crosses. We spoke about this yesterday. Look at that. Right, on Illuvium. Good entry, right, for gaming. So another really good spot entry. Sonic, something's happening with Sonic. Okay, I'm seeing Sonic volume coming in. I'm thinking about a Sonic bot. We shall see, right? Okay, but if you look at Sonic here, Sonic is starting to cramp up a lot, right? But I want to show you guys that we are getting ready to pop. Here is a chart that explains it. We are breaking out or retesting. Sonic is getting ready for a strong rally. When we see this rally here, we're going to see a push to 50 to 70 cents very quickly. Right, Sonic is an incredible token. It's taken time. It had to change name. It had to go through a lot, right? But this is a token that's also in really, really good spot entries right now. As we go down the list, again, the injectors. Look how all of them are bouncing. Strong bounces are coming, right? Ondo, Nia, all of them are getting ready to wake up. So I have the same list, same tokens. As market wakes up, again, one of my most favorites is AVAX, right? One of my most favorites is AVAX. Right? When we get through this list and this list has started to pop off, yes, I'll be going through and dipping myself more. But you know what? Anything more that I buy outside of these lists will be around 5% of my capital. A lot of my capital are sitting in this. I'm here to win the cycle. Therefore, if you go and look here, remember, guys, 𝗬𝗔 event tonight. Tonight, or it's in 4 hours from now. Leverage event. If you're brand new to leverage or you're in leverage and you want more advanced strategies, I'm going more advanced and I'm speaking about leverage today. All you need is a 𝗬𝗢𝗃 link. If you've got a 𝗬𝗢𝗃 account, amazing. You get it today. But if you look here, Chainlink is holding my bags right now. Some of them are in small little losses, not much, right? But Chainlink's holding strong. And that's the amazing thing about diversifying in these different trades here. But you can see my 𝗬𝗏 is up, right? That I'm in. Oh, I need more Cardano. Hold on. I need more Cardano. I got another account, a nice size, but I need more Cardano. Okay, Cardano, how much money are we going to put in here? Decent amount. Okay, I'm going to open up another Cardano position. How's our bots doing? Ah, it's actually decent, huh? Yeah, well, it was only set up 2 hours ago. But you know what I'm so amazing about why I like this whole strategy? You know me, guys. I like that it works off of TA so nicely. Ranges. You know, where did you say that I can see this? So let's go here. Just want to show you guys here. I want to show them on the detail. Here. Oh, there we go. Okay. So here you will see the grids that we have set up, guys. So you can see on Chainlink, we made the grids a bit big at the bottom in case there's more range down. And this is where it's going to sell it to the upside. Right? So I want to show you an example. Let's have Cardano. Right, look at that. So Cardano is ready in a lot. And you can see that all of these here, you see there, sell. Right? And that's how it TPs you out as we get going all the way to the top here. And you can see where I've set them up to. If we look here at Solana, right? Look at Sols. Beautiful. Look where we get again, guys. That's all the sales to the upside. You can see I've set it up higher. Well, why is this one on 210? We're going to set it to 260. We'll set it high. You know what's nice as well, guys, is in the back end, I can update the ranges. So, for example, if we now pump to 260 and we see this thing's going to break all-time high, we can up the range to higher. We can make the higher the range bigger to the upside. So that's amazing. Right now, it's all about entries, and they are waking up. What are we? 4% in 1 day. It's very good. 3%, 2%. Amazing. Okay, let's go through. Let's go back over here. Let's go see. I want to see if anything else is looking nice and strong. Remember, optimism, ultimate support. Great support right now on optimism. Good spot entries. Right? Again, Sonic. Let's see Lido. Lido's another token that is straight into support now. ETH ecosystem. So these are tokens that I don't hold long term, but I will trade them. So if leverage traders as an example, this is what I was speaking about. Wait for this trend to break, put a stop loss nice and tight, and trade the coins that are hot. Get in, get out, make your money, boom. Right? That's how leverage trading works. Trade strength, trade that you're going to win. Say, yes, great entry on Say right now. Very good entry on Say right now. Remember, this is a token that I do think is going to get to 60 cents to a dollar on the next major push to the upside. What's this Bitcoin dominance doing? To the down. Nice. Guys, we're just finalizing a few things, but I think in 24 hours we'll have an understanding, and it's time for Sheldon to move to a new channel. Huh? It's time for more shows. Time for more live trading. It's time for more Sheldon, right? So that's also coming up. Okay, guys, love you lots. If you want a bot below, I'm not, when we break out these ranges, I'm shutting these bots. You cannot get into them. I'm being honest, guys. I'm not here to open bots for us to just buy and just gamble. It ain't going to work like that. If they're in the zones, we're opening them, right? And if you missed it, no problem. Next week or two, we'll see if there's another token that's there. Okay, but I'm not going to keep these things that we can just join. It ain't going to work like that. Okay, if you want to build some cashbacks on the side, this is what I am doing. Okay, again, if you want to learn how to trade bots, I will teach you guys in the next school event. It is free. Any exchange accounts that you use, you can get into the school for free. I will teach you how to join bots. If you want to get better at leverage, join my session tonight. I cannot teach any more than that. I'm teaching with everything in my body, guys. Love you lots. Have a great day. Goodbye.